This video brought to you in part by these fantastic sponsors.
Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. I'm the Shotgun Shogun and they are just delivering dev note after dev note after dev note on us. And one of the things that I really like about this game and this company is that they're very transparent with what they're doing and why they are doing it. Now, we are going to see some balance changes in here, and up first, you're going to see Judge Kisei. Now, this isn't going to be anything for like the typical person. I'm excited because I have Judge Kisei, but from what I've gleaned over so far, this looks like a couple of Moonlight heroes that they are going to be rebalancing. So this is going to be the hero balance changes that are going to be coming out on the 27th. So this is going to be coming out next week. And like we saw some of the stuff last week in the dev notes, we didn't have really much of a patch this week. A lot of people were complaining, but we got a side story, and I mean, all of this stuff is coming next week. So let's give them a little bit of time. We can't be pushing everything out all at once, but the hero balancing changes are being shared. So let's take a look at Judge Kisei first off. Judge Kisei recently has kind of like she's kind of fallen off of the cart, mostly because you see a lot of people running resist gear or immunity gear in PvP, which that's kind of where Judge Kisei excels, and you run into a couple of immunity sets, and oof, good luck. I hope you have a stripper on your team, but if you don't, then you're kind of SOL. So Judge Kisei has a powerful debuff that increases the enemy's cooldown on her S3. However, other aspects of her performance were not as straightforward. Though these balances changes, powerful effects have been added and adjustments have been made so that her skills now work better together. So before End of Evil, 75% chance to well, not before, this is after. The full specs will be listed in details later on, and the table below is a tentative version of her change. 75% chance to dispel a buff on End of Evil. Change Soul Burn to grant an additional turn, consumes 20 souls, increased damage dealt by 11%. That is phenomenal. You have a 75% chance to just get rid of those immunities. So now, instead of like maybe a Moonlight Rin at the very beginning, you could see Speedy Judge Kisei's coming in, stripping those immunities, increasing the turns, stuff like that. So Wave of Light, the chance of increasing the enemy's cooldown has been increased from 70 to 75% chance. Cooldown reduced by 1 turn, and increased the damage dealt. Now, this is pretty nice right here. I am actually a big fan of this one as well. I know the 5% chance isn't the biggest deal in the world, but it's 5% more of a chance. So not only are you going to be coming in stripping off immunities, but you're going to have a bit better of a chance to reduce those cooldowns. Your cooldowns reduce, so you'll see her running with like tag heals, first turn, Soul Burn, End of Evil, boom, right into Wave of Light. So this is going to be really nice. You will probably see a little bit of a resurgence in her. If you have her, fantastic. You should probably be happy about this. If you don't have her, well, you know, you're going to probably be seeing these in some PvP. So the ability to dispel buffs has been added to this skill, End of Evil. The utilization of the skill End of Evil has been improved significantly by adding the ability to remove 1 buff from all enemies. Now, again, that's AoE, boom, done. Soul Burn grants that additional turn, and the reason why is because they want you to follow up with her S3. Pretty awesome right there. So now Judge Kisei can now effectively remove the enemy's buffs. In addition to these major changes, the skill Wave of Light had its cooldown reduced and the damage it dealt was increased. So realistically, when you built Judge Kisei, you really built her for speed, and because you needed to get your S3 off as fast as possible. So as such, she really didn't do much else. After she blew that load, it was just kind of mediocre damage. So them increasing the damage that she's doing is pretty nice on that. I'm looking forward to dusting the old Judge Kisei off and taking a look at it. Now, Maid Chloe is the ML 5-star that if you tell people, hey, I pulled Maid Chloe, people are like, ooh, yikes, Maid Chloe? Ouch. Sorry about your luck, friend. And you're excited because you got a Moonlight 5-star, but they just kind of dash your hopes and dreams on the rocks of reality. But Maid Chloe has a unique skill to revive allies. However, it was difficult to use this ability due to the fact that it's not easy to maintain the buff. Improvements have been made so that she can help maintain a strong team with her resurrection effect. So, restore health to a certain percentage for allies. Restore health to a certain percentage for allies who died in battle. Okay, proportional to max health of the target. Attack increase is applied to all allies. This includes resurrected and existing heroes. So this is going to go, boom, have some attack increase as well as when you die, this is going to regenerate your stuff a little bit better. In addition to reviving skills allies, the skill VIP treatment allows players to resurrect heroes to 20% of their health. Because all allies are giving an increased attack after resurrection, players will be better equipped to turn the battle around in their favor. So this looks like it's not going to be the buff anymore. It's going to be an AoE. Boom, everybody's back. So if Maid Chloe, I can see Maid Chloe's being built ridiculously tanky and just going, heroes never die, and then everybody comes back with increased attack and 20% of their hit points, and it is going to be she's going to go from 0 to absolute hero if that is the way that this is actually tooled. Yeah, and you're just literally going to build her like an absolute fortress, and she is just going to stick around forever and just bring everybody back to life. That's interesting. She's definitely getting the VIP treatment for sure. Violet, I don't know why you needed to buff Violet, because Violet is ridiculous as it is, but improvements have been made to the usability of the skill Duel Accepted. Additionally, Violet's chance of evasion has been increased even more. Are you kidding me? Please see the balance changes for Violet below. Duel Accepted, the chance for evasion has been increased from 30 to 35%. When used, removes 2 of your own debuffs. That is pretty amazing. Improvements made to Violet's skill Duel Accepted, which is the foundation of Violet's concept. It now allows players to remove debuffs before an attack skill is used. Following the changes made to evasion chance, we suggest that players make full use of evasion and counterattack mechanics. So, are they saying that you should 100% run was it Moonlight Dreamblade and a counter set? I don't know if you would want to run a counter set on him. I don't know. But anyways, Bloodblade Karen. Now this is one that like it takes a lot of investment in, like excessive amounts of investment, and a lot of people will get her and they're like, man, I'm going to use her, but she's not that great, and that's because you didn't really put a whole lot into her. As Bloodblade Karen's health decreases, her attack increases. However, the mechanism leads to some dissatisfaction due to the inherent risk involved in becoming stronger. She is literally a double-edged sword. We have improved her by increasing the amount of health that she can actively recover, as well as increasing the amount of damage done by her skill, Blade Art Dragon. So, let's see here. Sequential Cutter, healing will be increased by 2 times. That's pretty impressive. That is a huge buff. Blade Art Dragon, damage increased by 20%, cooldown reduced by 1 turn. Bloodblade Karen has been improved due to the 2 times increase in healing that her first skill, Sequential Cutter, provides. This helps to increase her survival rate. Additionally, her third skill had its cooldown reduced to 4 turns, and its damage increased as well. This is going to give her a very, very nice buff. Now, I really didn't think that she was too underpowered, just maybe underutilized. I think a lot of people, like I said, didn't really know how to use the character or how to properly invest in her. Assassin Coley, this is a character that I again don't actually understand why she needed this buff, but I am absolutely welcoming this because she is somebody that I'm currently working on as it is. Assassin Coley's skill contains extremely useful debuffs. However, she was not selected often due to the difficulty involving in activating these debuffs. made the following changes. Assassin Kali now silences all enemies when she stuns her target with S3 instead of applying the debuff silence after the enemy is defeated. So, doesn't matter if you kill that ML Ball or that ML Aura, everyone is silenced if you stun them. So, that is really, really impressive. This is going to really help just change that meta, because I was personally building an Assassin Kali just to deal with the likes of ML Ball and ML Aura. So this right here is just gonna be like, oh, guess what? You're stunned and everybody's silenced. Get wrecked. That is really, really impressive right there. I am a big fan of that. The conditions involved in Assassin's before the change, we were difficult to obtain. Therefore, we have lowered the difficulty compared to before. This change was made so that Assassin Kali can be selected in more situations, which will lead to a greater diversity of teams. So get ready to see a resurgence of speedy assassin Kalis, because to be completely honest, I would probably actually run her over ML Rin in some situations. Now, again, we're still going to have to worry about the immunity sets on these. So you might want to make Haruto, whoever your stripper is, a little bit faster than her, so that you can strip those buffs, then silence everybody right afterwards. Corvus, a hero who has seen little play from our heirs, and Corvus is a joke in my Discord, but Burning should be super excited about this. We hope that these improvements will result in an increase of usage, other than feeding him to a Dark Corvus when you get him. Shield Slam's going to give you 10 fighting spirit. Macerate? I see what that did. Macerate, acquire 10 fighting spirit. And Fury's Advent, cooldown removed. Soul Burn charge increases health recovery after using this third skill. Cooldown removed? So do you just use it off of fighting speed? Okay, so cooldown of Corvus' skills Fury has been removed, and all players may use this skill as long as they have obtained the right amount of fighting spirit. Okay, fantastic. These improvements now allow Corvus to receive fighting spirit from both skills 1 and 2, which allows him to use his third skill more frequently than before. That's pretty all right there. So we'll see how that changes things. Cartusia, literally another character that you just use to feed into their Moonlight version. So they increase defense for 2 turns on Predatory Roar, cooldown reduced, and damage multiplier increased by 2 times. Thanks to the improvement of Predatory Roar, Cartusia can now strengthen his defenses with this skill. In addition to that, the increase in attack as well as the reduced cooldown ensure that Cartusia will be able to stay in the battle longer than before. That's actually pretty good. We'll see if that brings about anything. Purges had an interesting mechanic in which his single attack, when counterattacking, is transformed into an AoE attack, which reduced speed. We've improved this skill so that now, in addition to reducing speed, it also has the chance to reduce combat readiness as well. What? That is actually pretty insane. So build him counterattack tanky. Not only are you going to be doing AoE, reducing their speed, but you have a 50% chance 50% chance to decrease speed and or reduce combat readiness by 20%. This also applies with his second skill when his second skill is active. So you either have the chance to decrease speed or combat readiness. I don't know how that's going to work. That's actually kind of that's interesting. Purchase a second skill, get lost is a passive skill that only occurs when a counterattack has been initiated. With his improved skills, players should try out Purchase and see which his team-wide speed and combat readiness reduction in battle themselves. So you can do 50% decreased speed and potentially combat readiness, or you could do one or the other. That's kind of interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Build a tanky counterattack set Purchase? Maybe? Lots is a 4-star Soul Weaver that has received less attention than other Soul Weavers at the same level, and I don't actually understand that, because Lots is a boss, and I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Lots. We improved Lots a lot, so that now he increases his combat readiness after using Regen. Additionally, his third skill, Serenity, now recovers the health of all allies. What? Increase caster's combat readiness by 30%. Recovers a set percentage of health of all allies, only up to the max health of the ally. That is pretty boss right there, not gonna lie. So you build him tanky speedy, put him on a team with like a Ruzid, and you're just regenning all over the place and just going real crazy. Like he's pretty good right now. This is gonna make him definitely see some play and see some light, especially in like sustained tank teams, for sure. Let's see. Okay, Arbiter Vildred. I think we already went over Arbiter Vildred last time. The sweep damage dealt will no longer be affected by health loss. Instead, its base value of the damage will increase by 30%. After this passive of Dark Contract, they reduce the cooldown to 5 turns. Arbiter Vildred is going to be just ridiculously broken after this. We already talked about Ravi. We already talked about Sigrid. So there you have it. We've got a couple more. I'm really actually excited to see how Lots and Purges play out, as well as Assassin Kali and of course my Judge Kisei I'm pretty excited about. But there you have it, man. I really actually just, like, one of the big things that I like is that, hey, we changed this and this is why. We want Judge Kisei to now effectively be able to remove enemy buffs. In addition, we wanted to increase the damage dealt to effectively, limit opponents from utilizing dangerous, skills and just kill them faster stuff. So definitely a big thing for me. I'm a really big fan of this transparency and just to see their mindset get in their heads. But what do you guys think of this? What characters do you guys want to see rebalanced? Who do you think isn't getting the love that they need? Let me know down in the comments. But if you guys like this, just make sure to share this out, get the word out. But you can help the channel out by hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell notification, dropping me a like and a comment, and I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.